Jerusalem, the most contested city in human history. For thousands of years, conquerors, kings, prophets, and pilgrims have fought over its sacred ground. At the center of this ancient city lies one of the most mysterious locations in the world, the Temple Mount. According to ancient tradition, this was once the site of the legendary Temple of Solomon, the grand temple described in biblical texts as a place of immense spiritual power and unimaginable wealth. But in the early 12th century, a small group of medieval knights arrived in Jerusalem with an unusual mission. They called themselves the Knights Templar. Officially, they were there to protect Christian pilgrims traveling to the Holy Land. But for nearly a decade after their arrival, something strange happened. The Knights spent much of their time beneath the ruins of the Temple Mount, excavating tunnels and chambers beneath the ancient foundations. What exactly were they searching for? And perhaps more importantly, what did they find? The answers have fascinated historians, theologians, and conspiracy theorists for centuries. To understand the mystery surrounding the Templars, we must return to the violent religious conflicts of the medieval world. In the year 1095, the Christian world was shaken by a powerful call to arms. At the Council of Clermont, Pope Urban II urged Christian knights are called to travel east and reclaim Jerusalem from Muslim control. The result was the First Crusade. After years of brutal warfare, Crusader armies captured Jerusalem in 1099 and established several Christian kingdoms in the region. The most important of these was the Kingdom of Jerusalem. The most important of these was the Kingdom of Jerusalem. But maintaining control over the Holy Land proved extremely difficult. Christian pilgrims from Europe continued to travel to Jerusalem, but the roads leading to the city were dangerous. Bandits and hostile forces frequently attacked travelers. To solve this problem, a new type of organization emerged. A religious military order. And from this environment, the Knights Templar were born. Around the year 1119, a small group of knights led by Hugh d'Apiens, we formed a new brotherhood, dedicated to protecting pilgrims traveling to the Holy Land. They pledged poverty, obedience, and chastity. Their official name was the Poor Fellow Soldiers of Christ and of the Temple of Solomon. But history remembers them simply as the Knights Templar. Their headquarters were established on the Temple Mount, within a structure that Crusaders believed had once been connected to the ancient Temple of Solomon. This building was known as the Al-Aqsa Mosque, but Crusades mistakenly referred to it as Solomon's Temple. From this location, the Templars began developing into one of the most powerful organizations in medieval Europe. But during their early years in Jerusalem, their activities raised questions that historians still debate today. Because instead of immediately expanding into a large military order, the Templars remained a very small group for several years. And during that time, they appear to have focused heavily on excavations beneath the Temple Mount. Historical documents from the period are surprisingly silent about what the Templars were doing beneath the Temple Mount. However, later accounts and archaeological speculation suggest that the Knights have been digging through ancient ruins, tunnels, and buried chambers. This has led many historians to wonder whether the Templars were searching for something specific. Was a granular structure of stone and cedar, its inner sanctum the Holy of Holies, a place of divine presence. The Temple of Solomon described in biblical texts was believed to have contained sacred artifacts of immense religious importance. Among these legendary objects were the Ark of the Covenant, said to contain the tablets of the Ten Commandments. Other traditions spoke of ancient scrolls, hidden treasures, or secret religious knowledge buried beneath the temple. While there is no definitive historical evidence that the Templars discovered such objects, something unusual clearly happened during these early years. Within a few decades, the Knights Templar had transformed from a small group of poor knights into one of the richest and most powerful institutions in Europe. They received massive donations of land, wealth, and political influence from kings and nobles across the continent. Their network expanded rapidly, and soon the Templars developed something. This was unprecedented in medieval Europe, an early form of international banking. By the 13th century, the Knights Templar had become a powerful military, financial, and political force. They owned castles, fleets of ships, and vast estates across Europe and the Middle East. Kings borrowed money from them. Pilgrims trusted them with their wealth. And their influence extended from England to the Mediterranean. But great power often breeds great enemies. One of the most dangerous of these enemies was Philip IV of France. By the early 14th century, Philip was heavily indebted to the Templars. Instead of repaying his debts, he chose a far more ruthless solution: destroy them. On Friday, October 13, 1307, agents of Philip IV of France carried out a massive coordinated arrest of Templar members across France. The knights were accused of heresy, blasphemy, and secret rituals. Many historians believe these accusations were politically motivated. Under torture, some Templars confessed to crimes. Others refused. Eventually, the order was formally dissolved by Pope Clement V. Their Grand Master, Jacques de Molay, was burned at the stake in 1314. With his death, the Knights Templar officially disappeared from history. But the mysteries surrounding them only grew. For centuries after their fall, stories circulated about secret knowledge, hidden treasure, and sacred relics that the Templars may have discovered. Some theories suggest they found ancient religious texts beneath the Temple Mount. Others claim they uncovered lost treasures from the Temple of Solomon. Still others believe they discovered nothing at all. Modern historians remain cautious. There is no definitive archaeological proof that the Templars uncovered legendary relics beneath the Temple Mount. Yet their sudden rise to wealth and influence continues to puzzle researchers. And their dramatic downfall helped transform them into one of the most mysterious organizations in history. The story of the Knights Templar sits at the intersection of history, religion, and legend, and soldiers who fought in the Crusades. But beneath their official story lies a deeper mystery. For nearly a decade, they lived and worked above the ruins of one of the most sacred sites in human history. And during that time, they searched beneath the foundations of the Temple of Solomon. What they were looking for, and whether they ever found it, remains one of history's greatest unanswered questions.